By now, I'm sure most of you have heard about CrossFit, whether it's from something online in the news, or we all have that one buddy who's just a CrossFit junkie that can't stop talking about CrossFit. And for those of you that have never experienced CrossFit, the workouts are anything but easy. They're made to push you mentally and physically to get you into your point of exhaustion to try to continue to hit PRs and just drain your body each workout. They're short, rapid workouts usually, or some sort of, like a 20-minute just nonstop moving, doing something from one thing to the other. But this sport has grown, and then this workout regimen has grown over the years, and it has now gotten into the point where they have CrossFit games and athletes compete because, of course, that's human nature, right? We compete. Well, the CrossFit was having an event down in Texas, and this is the first I've seen at one of these events, which caught my eye about this article. CrossFit athlete tragically dies during a swimming event down in Texas. He drowned. So there's a video of not of him drowning, but there's a video showing him clearly struggling, and it was complete negligence. It seems like on CrossFit themselves. We're gonna look at that video. I'm just letting you know now. There's nothing bad in the video. You could just tell that the guy's struggling, and you don't see the guy actually drown or anything like that. So it's nothing to worry about there. Nothing graphic. But let me go through this article real quick. It's real brief. It says a competitor in the CrossFit Games has died while competing in a swimming event Thursday morning in Texas Lake. CrossFit CEO Don Fowle said that during a news conference that they were deeply saddened by the death of one of their athletes, and they were working with the authorities on the investigation into his death, which is kind of crazy because then there's not much to investigate. The guy looked like he was clearly struggling, as you'll see in the video coming up. I mean, he doesn't actually wave from what we see that he needs help, but you could tell that something is clearly wrong. And the so-called lifeguards or people that are supposed to be there on boats, on paddle boards, were nowhere near him. They were definitely not close enough. I mean, they could do a whole lot better. It's kind of shocking that CrossFit failed so badly on this on at this right here, and a guy had to die for it. An official with the Fort Worth Fire Department said that they got called around 8 a.m. to assist police because there was a participant in the water that was down and hadn't been seen in some point in time. He said that which is crazy because when you see how close he was to shore, it wasn't that far. He said they responded for search and rescue and were not on the scene when the initial call was made. He said that the athlete's body was found about an hour later. Fowle said CrossFit did have safety personnel on site at the event. Yes, they did, but they didn't have them close enough, nor did they have as many as they probably should have. Like I said, I mean, these things, they push you to your limit, and you're out there swimming, and if you all of a sudden push yourself too hard and you can't move, or you throw yourself into a heart attack, you're done. Fowle said the CrossFit community is like a family. We're doing everything in our power during this tragic time to support the family, to support our community. And I'll let you guys be the judge of this. But over on Twitter, I guess TMZ is now reporting that CrossFit CEO confirmed the death of it. This is a Serbian, God, I can't talk, Serbian CrossFitter here. And Lazar Dukic, I don't know how to say that. I'm terrible at that. But apparently, unfortunately for him, he was the one that passed away today. As you can tell, he's a CrossFitter competing in these CrossFit games. He looks fit, but if you watch this video here, now, like I said, there is nothing graphic about this video. This guy's going to point out, you can see right there he is. Everyone's swimming. As you can see, all the way over here is one of the lifeguards on a paddleboard, right? And as you can see here, everyone's swimming. Like you can tell, they look at, they got some wakes behind them. They're going, I don't want to say forward, but in their forward direction, and he's kind of just pedaling around out here.
There he is here. He's in difficulty here.
As we move along this, I'm just going to slowly go through this. So you can kind of see there's a bunch of people. He's clearly one of the ones up in the front. So maybe he was, like I said, maybe he pushed himself a little too hard if he's in the lead. Maybe he's just that good of a swimmer too. Who knows? But as you can tell, they're going to show this. So you can see these guys coming in. You can see everyone else here doing your normal swimming motion. I don't know what that one's called. Was it normal breaststroke or whatever it's called? But this guy out here, the one struggling right there he is right here. He's still in the spot. He's bobbing up and down like a bobber, like he's like on a fishing line, right? He's kind of bobbing up and down. You could tell he's clearly struggling. He is not waving or anything like that. See, he's not waving to anyone. He's not calling for help. I don't even know if he would be able to if he could, but it seemed like he might be able to because he's able to push himself and splash around a little bit. But look at that right there. That right there should be a sign to whoever. Look at that, to whoever the CrossFit lifeguards are. That should be a sign. I mean, you could see it on TV clear as day. He's just bobbing up and down right there. He's clearly struggling. And we get through this. These guys are done, but no one's like, this person swims past him, doesn't see anything. Doesn't see anything. Now, apparently, I was reading some reports that some people went to try to go help him, and they were told not to because you can't help athletes in this. But I mean, look at that. The guy is clearly struggling right there. Now I don't know what happened after that. We don't have video after that. But it clearly, I mean, like, let's pan back out to see where the lifeguards are, right? So you got a guy right here. So he's struggling right in here, right? Got a guy right here and a guy or gal or whatever, you know what I mean, right here. And it's right next to this orange marker. So that should be like, it should be a sign of like, hey, we should keep our eye out over here in this area. I mean, there's a clear marker right there. And you just see this guy, everyone's going past him, and he's the only one not moving forward, and he's bobbing up and down like a bobber. I don't know how these guys, from this angle right here, it looks like this dude's not even watching. One, how do you not have someone on a boat or like more than two people out there? I don't know. It's CrossFit's going to have a lot of explaining to do here, because this seems like negligence on their part or just poor planning of not having enough people out there to help some of these athletes. I know that it's easy just to assume these guys are, the best athletes in the world, the most fit athletes in the world, and you probably don't need any help out there. But I mean, accidents do happen. I mean, people do throw heart attacks and throw them or cramp up, right? It doesn't have to be a heart attack, just cramp up. They could, it could have been too dehydrated out there, whatnot, who knows, or just complete exhaustion to where the point where they can't, their body just freezes up, stiffens up. I don't know, but it sure seems like it was obvious to me, at least, that this guy right here was struggling. Now, I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think that they should have noted, they should recognize that? I sure do. I mean, it clearly looks like this guy is struggling, and I don't know if he ended up making it further past this or what happened after. There is no video. I don't know if that's the point where he ended up, going underwater, and then they're like, wait, what happened? Where did this guy go? We'll have to find out more through the investigation. So we'll continue to follow the story. But let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you think CrossFit's at fault here? I mean, it's obviously a tragic story. Sad to see. Prayers to this man's family and friends and everyone out there and all his loved ones. But it seems like CrossFit should have had something better in place than just two people on paddle boards who, one, doesn't even look like he's paying attention. And I mean, even if this guy is struggling, what's this one person going to do? Like, swim out there, try to pick him up? Right now, you need like a boat so you can pull him, grab him out of the water and put him in a boat. Something like that. It seems like this was poor planning on their part for an emergency like this. Sad to see. And let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll see you guys next time.